It's a ghost town, we're in this together. They're closing all the stores down, we're heading for shelter. It's all war now, they'll always remember. We're locking all our doors down, we're sticking together. It's a ghost town, we're in this together. They're closing all the stores down, we're heading for shelter. It's all war now, they'll always remember. We're locking all our doors down, we're sticking together. It's all ghost town.
I know there's something in the wake of your smile. I get a notion from the look in your eyes. You've built a love, but that love falls apart. Your little piece of heaven turns to dark. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why, but listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. Sometimes you wonder if this fight is worthwhile. The precious moments are all lost in time. They're slipped away, and nothing is what it seems. Feeling of belonging to your dreams. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why, but listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. You can't find the words, the sense of magic, the beauty that's been when love was wilder than the wind. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. To your heart before you tell him goodbye. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. tried, 'cause I want you in my life. I'm just living true, no doubt in my mind. And these changes, they take time, you'll find. I didn't change who I am. I've always been a man. Still it changed your world. But Dad, I'll always stay your little girl. I know that you accept me as your son, but that doesn't mean your daughter ever did run. I'll always be close to you, no matter what. I love you and no doors are ever shut. I didn't change who I am. I've always been a man. Still it changed your world. But Dad, I'll always stay your little girl. I didn't change who I am. I've always been a man. Still it changed your world. But Dad, I'll always stay your little girl. But Dad, I'll always stay your little girl.
Hi, welcome to CLACCA ULC. I'd like to acknowledge that the land that we're meeting on belongs to Indigenous people, wherever you're watching or tuning into. Always was, always will be Aboriginal stolen land. Firstly, welcome back to CLACCA ULC. It's been a while since we've broadcast, but we have a few important announcements to make. Firstly, we had a CLACCA ULC is pleased to announce that we had a court victory in relation to a former church, who unfortunately, since 2013, it's always had difficulty accepting who I am without discrimination, and had created records containing my dead name and misgender, and had essentially made it illegal for me to organise my own church. And had a problem with transgender clergy. Getting involved in legal organised protest. Unfortunately, they had difficulty moving on. We moved on. They didn't. They didn't. And I had to take out an intervention order against them. They didn't contest that one, but they repursued their old case against me to essentially make it illegal for me to organise my own church. Also had a problem against the legal right to protest. So we eventually, when the court case got heard, the court threw out their case against me on the grounds that it was revoked and expired many years ago, and they can't keep pursuing cases against me after it's revoked and expires after the fact. Because they just like they had no like there was no real evidence for their case and so it was an important victory certainly for our church and certainly in stopping unlawful discrimination action it was and so the good news is that we don't have to worry about we don't have to worry about bigotry. We don't have to worry about bigotry and police attacks from a former church. That's the good news. The bad news is that we are still in anti-discrimination court. We are still in anti-discrimination court. Having to fight for the equal rights to complete my university education without discrimination, so that I can legally register my ULC ordination in Australia. That matter is currently in the Supreme Court, and so we're currently tied up. We're currently tied up with that, trying to get the evidence, done, and so they've got us tied up with that for the next 4 weeks. And there's nothing that unfortunately, I can't get out of it because it's a court direction that I've got to comply with in terms of filing and serving evidence. But the good news is CLACCA ULC has got a team of people that are helping us with the court paperwork. They're not lawyers. They're just a couple of support people who support our church who are queer survivors themselves, who are helping helping us with the paperwork and offering general support in the case, which is really good, and it's certainly helpful in terms of and I would highly recommend it, like if you ever have to, because going to court, it's not really a choice. When you get told you got to go to court, you got to go to court. So it's not really a choice, and certainly we hope this will be the last court case that the bigots. We certainly hope that this will be the last court case that the bigots take out against our church, and we don't really understand. We don't really understand why. It just boils down to their own discrimination. It's got nothing to do with. It's got nothing to do with religion in any way, shape, or form. It's just plain bigotry. It's just plain bigotry, and they think that's denying, human rights of transgender folks, and denying folks to go to university and complete university education without discrimination is okay. And CLACCA ULC says we're not going to tolerate that. We're not going to accept that in any way, shape, or form. So we're hoping through the New South Wales Supreme Court that the matter will get dealt with. As quickly as possible, so that we can I can complete my qualifications and legally register my ordination, ULC ordination in Australia, and then hopefully after that there'll be no more court cases by the bigots from other churches, etc. So the other important announcement is there's been a few ongoing protests that have been happening. So CLACCA ULC is not marching due to the court stuff, CLACCA ULC is not marching in Mardi Gras. This year because we didn't lodge an application. We didn't lodge an application either for Fair Day or for Mardi Gras due to the court stuff because logistically, when you're tied up, in court battles, it's really difficult to be able to effectively organize. So we're hoping those court matters can get resolved soon. So that CLACCA ULC can get back on track in terms of doing, education, activism, and regular weekly Sunday churches. So churches and the other important announcement. So the few announcements that we do have is one. There's been a call out if you're a person with a disability. If you're a person with a disability, there is a paid opportunity in which they're looking for disability riders, disabled women, disabled LGBTIQA+ people, disabled First Nations, disabled people of colour, who are interested in publishing their writing. It's a paid opportunity in which they're paying $500 for people's writing that gets published, and essentially it's being organised by Mascara. It's being organised by Mascara Literary Review, and they want to pay disabled writers and publish a book, an anthology of disabled writers' works. And they're wanting. Basically, and so for in which they will publish your poem, your essay, or your story, and for more information in relation to that, you can contact Mascara Literary Review on 0448392780, or you can email them at disability_anthology@mascarareview.com. They also have a website on it at mascarareview.com for more information in relation to that. The other important announcement is that Queer Stories is currently at Riverside Theatres in Western Sydney, and they're having it's being hosted and for more information in relation to they're having that at 8:30 at the Riverside Theatre. For more information in relation to that, go to Riverside Theatres or Queer Stories, and they will be able to give you more information in relation to that. The other important announcement is okay, that's done. Okay, the other important announcement is the Transgender Day of Visibility protest that is happening on the 30th of March at 2 p.m. At Pride Square. For more information in relation to that, go to the Pride and Protest Facebook page for further details in relation to that. The other important announcement is the next CLACCA ULC anti-discrimination court protests happening at the Supreme Court. Court is on the 31st of March, from 11 o'clock. For more information in relation to that, go to the CLACCA ULC Facebook page for further details in relation to that. CLACCA ULC will also be having open communion, so make sure make sure you have your grape juice and bread. Further information in relation to that. The other important announcement that we've got that I got asked to mention Bayabashija Obadiah. Is a Ugandan LGBTQ refugee now in Kenya, where they've been for some 4 years after escaping Uganda, where they were persecuted and discriminated for their sexual orientation. They survived on the streets of Nairobi, facing life-threatening challenges while waiting for help from UNHCR. They've been at a Kakemba refugee camp and in Kenya, suffering homophobia, discrimination, persecutions, and violence from the host communities and fellow refugees due to their sexual identity. For their case to move forward, they need to get to South Sudan or any other country, and they're asking for help. They're asking for help to raise money to pay for travel and living basics like food, shelter, and medications. For more information, if you want to help Shiva Obadiah, you can email them, at just contact us on my mobile 0459 771 520. And I will pass on the details in relation to that. And now we're just going to go to that. So now we're just going to go to our next song of praise, and then when we come back, we'll bring this week's message. And our song of praise is Together We Can Change the World. And then when we come back, we will give this week's message.
We're going to change the world.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world. Lay the puzzle pieces out, find out what it's all about. Together we can change the world. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sail past where it's been charted, roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cool. So the message that we're going to bring you today is to go from your country. 40 years through the desert to the promised land, 40 days in an inhospitable place before starting the task of proclaiming the kingdom. These experiences of the Jewish people, these experiences of the Palestinian people and of Jesus are the framework of Lent. Jesus is approaching the definitive moment. Jesus' death will not put an end to Jesus' mission. It has to be read in light of the resurrection. This is what the so-called episode of Transfiguration invites us to do. Jesus' radiant face and Jesus' dazzling white clothes in Matthew 17:2 anticipate the Paschal light. The Lord's death will not be the triumph of darkness, which is already overcome. We run the risk of losing the Paschal perspective, that is to say, the necessary passage through death. In such a case, the anticipation can be construed as something permanent, as a break, a parenthesis. This explains the enthusiasm of Peter, who wants to stay in that place, in verse 4. In reality, this anticipation is to serve as an impulse, a way to avoid fear, to reinforce faith and to face the difficulties involved in communicating it. The Transfiguration experience has to encourage the disciples to follow the Master and not hold them back on the way. The first reading presents Abraham, a parent in faith, as Paul will call Abraham. The vocation is marked by a rupture. Go from your country and your parents' house. In Genesis 12:1, let go of all that is yours, your known world, to go to the land that I will show you. This is the beginning of the promise. I will make of you a great nation. This implies total faith in the Lord, whose call any other type of security must be abandoned. Abraham does just that. Abraham leaves the land, leaves their own world, and sets out for the unknown, inspired by faith in the Lord. The text reminds us of a fundamental aspect of this attitude. It is impossible to believe in God and at the same time to hold on decisively to other securities and references. Faith demands a radical posture. Only thus are we available to serve God and be in solidarity with others. This is the indispensable condition for communicating life through the gospel in 2 Tim 1:10. Clinging to comfortable situations and social or ecclesiastical privileges makes us useless instruments for conveying the message of Jesus, who gave up all of the prerogatives and who gave us the life. Welcoming the kingdom means believing in God, who rejects all injustice and spoliation of others, especially the most defenseless. So we're now going to go to our next song of praise, which is a song by Jane Osborne, and it's called One of Us.
What would it be, and would you call it to his face? If you were faced with him in all his glory, what would you ask if you had just one question? And yeah, God see. If seeing meant that you would have to believe in things like heaven and in Jesus and the saints and all the prophets. And yeah, God is great. Yeah, God is good. Yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way home. Trying to make his way home. Back up to heaven all alone. Nobody calling on the phone, except for the Pope maybe in Rome. God is great. Yeah, God is good. Yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way home. Just trying to make his way home. Like a holy rolling stone. Back up to heaven all alone. Just trying to make his way home. Nobody calling on the phone, except for the Pope maybe in Rome.
So now it's time for open communion. On the night that Jesus was betrayed, Jesus took a loaf of bread and broke it and said, "This is my body which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me." Then Jesus took the cup after supper and blessed it, saying, "This cup is the new covenant of my blood, which is poured out for you. Do this in remembrance of me." This bread and this cup and this table doesn't belong to the state. It doesn't belong to any church. It belongs to God. And all are welcome to the table without discrimination. Please come and share in this meal. So we're now going to go to our next song of praise. It's a song by Macklemore, and it's called "Same Love."
When I was in the 3rd grade, I thought that I was gay, cause I could draw. My uncle was, and I kept my room straight. I told my mom, tears rushing down my face. She's like, Ben, you've loved girls since before pre-K. Trippin'. Yeah, I guess she had a point, didn't she? Bunch of stereotypes all in my head. I remember doing the math, like, yeah, I'm good at Little League. A preconceived idea of what it all meant. But those that like the same sex had the characteristics. The right-wing conservatives think it's a decision, and you can be cured with some treatment in religion. Man-made rewiring of a predisposition, playing God. Oh nah, here we go. America the brave still fears what we don't know. And God loves all his children. It's somehow forgotten, but we paraphrase a book written 3,500 years ago. I don't know.
And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, she keeps me warm. She keeps me warm. She keeps me warm. She keeps me warm.
If I was gay, I would think hip-hop hates me. Have you read the YouTube comments lately? Man, that's gay gets dropped on the daily. We become so numb to what we're saying. A culture founded from oppression. Yeah, we don't have acceptance for 'em. Call each other faggots behind the keys of a message board. A word rooted in hate, yet our genre still ignores it. Gay is synonymous with the lesser. It's the same hate that's caused wars from religion, gender to skin color, the complexion of your pigment. The same fight that led people to walkouts and sit-ins. It's human rights for everybody. There is no difference. Live on and be yourself. When I was at church, they taught me something else. If you preach hate at the service, those words aren't anointed. That holy water that you soak in has been poisoned. When everyone else is more comfortable remaining voiceless rather than fighting for humans that have had their rights stolen. I might not be the same, but that's not important. No freedom till we're equal. Damn right I support it. Play, don't press pause. Progress march on. With the veil over our eyes, we turn our back on the cause. Till the day that my uncles can be united by law. When kids aren't walking around the hallway, plagued by pain in their heart. A world so hateful, some would rather die than be who they are. And a certificate on paper isn't gonna solve it all, but it's a damn good place to start. No law is gonna change us. We have to change us. Whatever God you believe in, we come from the same one. Strip away the fear, underneath it's all the same love. About time that we raised up.
I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, she keeps me warm. She keeps me warm. She keeps me warm. She keeps me warm. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is patient. Love is kind.
So, it's now time for our offering. If you would like to donate to the life and work of CLACCA ULC, you can go to our CLACCA ULC Sydney website at claccaulcsydney.godaddysites.com/donate, and then follow the links and click on the Donate Now button. Or you can scan the QR code this QR code in the top right hand of our screen and go directly and it'll take you directly to our website and then go to the donate section, and anything you can donate to help keep CLACCA ULC on the air, so that we can bring live stream weekly Sunday church to you, is greatly appreciated. And so now we're going to go to our final song of praise, which is Truth to Power by One Republic. And my name is Mr. Rev Comrade Rowley. Thank you very much for joining us for this weekly Sunday church. We are going to endeavour. To continue to do weekly Sunday church. At the moment, CLACCA ULC is lacking funds. CLACCA ULC is lacking funds to keep us on the air. So anything that you can donate to help us cover the costs for our live stream would be greatly appreciated. And to keep us going for our weekly Sunday church would be greatly appreciated. That's all for now. Thank you very much for joining us. God bless. And we will hopefully see you next week at 5 p.m. Sunday. That's all for now. And we will now go to our song of praise of Truth to Power by One Republic.
I could tell you I was fragile. I could tell you I was weak. I can write you out a letter, tell you anything you need. I've seen minutes turn to hours, hours turn to years, and I've seen truth turn to power. If you could see me the way I see you, if you could feel me the way I feel you, you'd be a believer, you'd be a believer. And it's turned to hours, hours turned to years, and I've seen truth turn to power. I could tell you I was ageless, but I know you see the light. I could tell you I'm immune to everything, but that's a lie. Dust don't turn to flowers, skies don't disappear, but I've seen truth turn to power. Oh, if you could see me the way I see you, if you could feel me the way I feel you, you'd be a believer, you'd be a believer, you'd be a believer, you'd be. Hard to keep going on. I said it's hard to keep going on. It's hard to keep going on. Ooh, if you could see me where I see you, if you could feel me where I feel you, you'd be a believer, you'd be a believer, be a believer, be a believer, be a believer, you'd be a believer. lost to me, and I've seen truth turn to power.
That's all. Thank you very much for joining us this Sunday. Please tune in from 5 p.m. every Sunday for CLACCA ULC. My name is Mr. Rev Comrade Rowley. Thank you very much for watching. And tune in to us. You can find us on social media at CLACCA ULC Sydney, Facebook, or on our YouTube channel. At CLACCA ULC Sydney, or on our website at claccaulcsydney.godaddysites.com. Or you can just contact me on my mobile 0459 771 520. But if you contact me in the middle of the night, I will be asleep. So my apologies if I can't answer it in the middle of the night. But if you just leave a message, I will endeavour to get back to you. All right, that's all for now. Thank you very much. God bless, and bye for now.